Hello, welcome to the video. Just doing a quick, very improv sketch, just to kind of ramble really and go through what I hope to achieve in the next year of 2024. Just to be clear with everyone, I do have a rough bullet points list that I'm going to tick off as I go, but as I do that I'll be sketching this particular image here with my inks, and I'll show you the reference image that I'm using. This lovely Van Gogh painting here, so we'll see if I can recreate that with inks, but I imagine it will look a bit funky, but we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I'll be using a set of inks from this particular palette or box, whatever we want to call it, and let's just, I guess, get right in. Goals for 2024. I'm going to try and make a lot more art just in general, both filmed and not filmed. I think that would be a nice thing to just try and achieve, but specifically paintings, I think. So I felt like I've not really done a lot this year painting wise, and I'd like to try and remedy that as best as possible. So that'll be either painting for myself, maybe commissions, we'll see. I might consider doing them again. So I've not really advertised that I do them or have done them, just because I don't think my art's worth being commissioned for. But yeah, we'll see about that. In terms of, I guess, this channel, I'm gonna hopefully improve the quality of the videos, or just general videoing and editing, just as I get better at it. But it's mainly just to, I guess, show my journey, trying to learn how to make better art, and I guess through that, better videos. So hopefully by the end of next year we'll have a nice increased quality to these. That'll be the aim, but we'll see. Hopefully you'll be along for the ride to see how I go as I progress through and just figure out all of this. And hopefully you have fun as well, or get inspired to make art. See, looking at the image, I probably should have done this in gouache, but inks will be fine. So yeah, I think part of the video aspect is I would like to try and maybe film, like do a little film series or video series of me relearning the basics, so basic art like anatomy, shading, color theory. I have a vague idea, but I'm not super good at it or very understanding of it, so having another go at it and maybe film it for you guys, so if you want to learn as well along with me, or you're just kind of curious to see how I approach the subject, then up there for you to come and join the journey with me, or just watch me completely fail at learning absolute basics. But again, that'll be up to you to decide if that's what you want to do, or you can just skip those videos, I guess. But that'll be the plan. And then I have an overall big video idea and painting that I want to get done by mid next year. Hopefully I can make the painting and actually get it finished on time for when I intend to release it. So hopefully look out for that. If not, well, that's another thing I've missed. We'll just add it to the list. The sketch I pre-did, just so you wouldn't have to sit and watch me do this for too long. And once I've gone through all my talking points, I'll do a time lapse of everything else, because I do take my time. I'm just trying to get all the outlines of this particular colour done, then start filling out the inside colours, try and mimic the actual painting as best I can, with my own little style and influence, or not influence, approach to it, style I guess you could say. There's very little to any black in the original, but I'm going to probably go over with black ink just to sharpen out and really bring out some contrast in some of the areas that I feel like I would prefer in my own personal attempt. It's going to be a bit scrappy. It's not going to be a one-to-one. Oh, I've got a personal challenge for myself in the year. For those who've watched the video or just kind of follow me on Instagram might know this, but I've already done a sketch a day challenge for myself, which lasted about 240 odd days. I think it was a bit more because I missed a couple or so days. I'm going to do the exact same thing but for a whole year this time, but I've got a little small yearbook calendar type thing. That's going to be my makeshift canvas or sketchbook even, and the aim is to just fill up every day with a sketch, but I will be allowing myself the option to miss days. You know, life gets busy or hectic, work might be very long one day and I just don't have the energy when I get home, or I'm just not feeling great on a particular day, whatever it'll be. I'm gonna give myself the time to will allow myself to be okay with missing a couple of days here and there, hopefully. Not too many, hopefully, I mean. But I'm gonna be easier on myself this time. Just allow it to happen and then do a review at the end of the year or shortly after the end of the year. Specifically on painting, I am very bad at not painting very quickly. I'm very slow, and that's both because I work on small scale, and I'm also, like my painting style, I work on very fine details, even though most likely no one's going to see them. I need to just go and reprogram my brain and try and paint faster, just more loosely, and on larger scale as well, so it's a bit more impressive, more impressive to look at. Overall, I think that'll be nice and just beneficial to kind of figure out. So yeah, we'll try and do that. I guess further to the art in general, I hope to have a website done by the end of January. I have a lot of material for it, or for one. Did I just nudge that? Okay, how to establish that? That's a bit annoying. I've splattered it. Okay, I'm just gonna have to finesse that as best I can. I'll make this work. Happy accident. Channel my inner Bob Ross. Where was I on website? So got stuff to give to my friend who's going to make it for me, and then I'll be paying him monthly to just maintain it and then update it as and when it needs updating. So look out for that, and hopefully as part of that, at some point, I'll have a shop which will hopefully have prints and a couple of small originals that I'm happy to get rid of or I'm willing to try and sell. As part of that, we're going to have hopefully prints, and I've recently discovered a local supplier, potentially, at least local to me, that I can easily go to. So I need to email and just contact them with my specific painting that I want to try. The Fenrock one, I'll overlay it. For anyone who is interested, keep an eye out for that, and I'll see if that is feasible. That's affordable, because I'm on a bit of a art budget for myself. Got to start somewhere, right? But I think that'll be the very first one I start with, just to see how the process is, how much that costs. And then if that's successful, or at least somewhat looking good in terms of quality, I'll then expand that to ones that I'm also happy with, and then to try and experiment, just expand and get to a point where I can hopefully put the stepping stones down of the path to making this a bit more feasible in terms of a finance thing. But in terms of general work, I'm happy where I am currently. It's going to be a busy year, so that'll keep me occupied, but I would like to try and at least get this as a future career in motion for when I'm ready to pursue it further. Hopefully you'll be along for the ride and just see how I develop and work out everything in that time. So yeah, all these marks are not one-to-one, but I mean, that's part of the sketching process. Things aren't going to be perfect. You add your own little style, your own intakes. As long as you get a cool sketch. Oh my, I've done it again. Done it again. Okay, I think that's done. We'll try a different colour now. I'm waiting for the green, because that's going to be a lot of manic colours, or green tones I should specifically say. Right, back to it. We should have maybe toned the paper, so then any of the negative space here isn't white, it's more of a yellow, as I assume the base canvas of Vincent's original was. But there you go, live and learn. It's all part of the process. Make your mistakes, hopefully learn from them in future. Oh, I'm just going to put my hand in everything, aren't I? Right, let's try over here. So if you make art yourselves and you just want somewhere to share it, or if you're doing it based off my art for some reason, if you find it interesting enough to do your own version, I'd love to see it. Just like tag me in it on Instagram. I'd love to see people's renditions of what I've done and how they've approached things compared to me. Maybe I'll do art challenges like my own in the future if I get enough people kind of circulating around. I think that'll be like quite a few years' time. It's not going to be overnight. A couple of years down the line, I imagine. What else was on my bullet points? I am very bad at doom scrolling. In my case, our Instagram. I just continuously go down the rabbit hole, and I'm looking at all these amazing artworks by amazing artists, and then I look at mine and I'm like, not as good, but obviously they're practicing a lot more, they're putting a lot more time in, they're further in the game than me, so I try and remember that. Trying to make art these days is great, but also tough, but that again is part of the learning experience. Just got to get it done. That's what hopefully next year's going to be for me. Just focus on it, try and get it to a higher quality, so that when I look back in a year or two's time, I can see the progress that I made. Maybe progress that you've made if you've started making art. So yeah, let's doom scrolling. Just gotta focus on just doing it myself. Try and get off social media, because it is not good for my health or mental health at times. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, and outdoor sketching. I've ordered from Kickstarter a little sketchbook bag that you take out with you by Jazza, the great YouTube artist himself. So when I get hold of that, I'm gonna go out somewhere, I don't know, just make a day of it. Find somewhere to go outdoors, sketch and film a bit of the process, how I feel about the bag, all my supplies that I've thrown in. I think that'll be cool to show off. I think that's me done waffling. I'll finish most. I really didn't get much done. This is what I mean about me being slow. I just need to attack it more. But anyway, I'll let you all go, or just hang around for the time lapse that will take up the rest of my afternoon. If you did stick around, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you some point in the future. Enjoy the time lapse.